We just automated a high-ticket coaches high-ticket funnel for them using their CRM and also ManyChat. I'm going to walk you through exactly what we did and how you can save over 31 hours of work if you're in a business that you're trying to book meetings and trying to upscale people via a high-ticket program. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly the process we used, how we automated this, and exactly how you can do this too. So I'm going to give you the blueprint. This is actually the entire blueprint for the automations that we found, and this can be used for any business that's a high ticket program, or even if you're just trying to have ads to a funnel, being able to use this process to automate those leads for a low ticket and then a high ticket follow-up. So for instance, if you're doing a self-liquidating funnel, you're driving leads to traffic for a low ticket offer, and then you're trying to upscale them. So the first thing that we did is just some information about the client. This was a coach doing everything manually and leaving money on the table. Obviously, they were a fitness brand coach, and they had a 35 ticket low ticket offer, and then $159 a month school community, and then a $9,000 one-on-one coaching. And then before the optimizations, manual leads capture, no email follow-up. So basically, they were getting leads, weren't doing anything with those leads, right? And there's no email follow-ups, no re-engagement tracking, and zero pipeline visibility. Now, after we helped them out, they have warm leads turning into cold leads automatically, zero systematic nurture, and high ticket coaching spots sitting empty. So their goal was to build an automated system to move stranger from Instagram through every stage until they become a 9K coaching client. So here's what we did. This is a tech stack that we use. We use Instagram, ManyChat, Go High Level, Zapier, Skool, Stripe, and Loom. We made sure that we combine all these into one in order to help them automate the client acquisition. So the first step was the complete customer journey from Instagram strangers to 9K coaching client in 7 automated stages. The first thing is lead capture. So what we did is we made sure that when someone comments on a DM on Instagram using ManyChat, we made sure that they're capturing that lead and we're talking to them and creating an automated flow specifically for them. The second thing is initial nurture. So 5-step sequence, presenting their offer. The third is a buyer engagement. So if they engage with a certain video, we then were able to know that via link and trigger links. And then from that, we were able to add them to different sequences. School promotion. So targeting 3 email sequence for engaged members. So if the person is not engaged with any of the emails, we send a different flow. The next is high ticket identification. So basically figuring out which clients are going to be high ticket, which ones are going to be closed, and which ones are going to be a waste of time. Qualifying bookings application. So basically making sure that on the form that they actually qualify for the program. And then the 7th is enrollment onboarding. So that's the 7th thing. So making sure that the Stripe payment was automated and the coaching client was onboarded. And then every stage runs automatically, only steps in for occasional consulting calls. So basically, he's just going to be posting videos on Instagram, getting leads, turning those into money. And then once he turns those into money, he's able to actually make sure that everything's complete. So stage 1, lead capture. So there's 2 automated entry points into every interaction into CRM. So we're getting a customer trigger. So a prospect comments a keyword on Instagram, ManyChat sends a DM directly, and then a webhook fires to GHL, creating the content and tagging them as Instagram. So we know exactly where these people are coming from. Path B is a link in bio. So a prospect clicks on a landing page, link in Michelle's bio. That's the guy's name. They land on UTM tracking. And then the submission is created contact in Go High Level, tags them as Instagram. So we know we can track where all these leads are coming from. So in the future, if he creates any type of other traffic sources, so for instance, YouTube, we know exactly where these people are coming in. It's super critical that you're tracking where your people are coming into your CRM and also how to automate it and automating where those people come in. Because if you don't know what traffic sources are actually getting you leads. The second is converging. So basically both paths converging Go High Level. So single source of truth and smart suppression. So if the contact already exists, duplicate emails are suppressed. It's probably saving about 5 to 8 hours a day, just putting all these right into Go High Level. And the way that would look is if you had in a flow diagram, so it's a little bit easier sometimes to see, is you have your Instagram organic content right here. And then if there's a prospect or interaction, so for instance, if they click in the link in bio or if they comment a keyword, very simply, all they would do is if they comment, we'll use ManyChat comment to DM automation. Then DM flow delivers resource, collects email, captures the phone, and ManyChat webhook sends it right over to the Go High level. Same thing with the landing page. If this landing page was built actually in Go High level, and once it's in Go High level, it was able to be tracked via UTM parameter, which is highly important, especially when you're doing any type of funnel, making sure you're tracking and make sure UTM parameters are up to date and they're tracking where these resources are coming from. Once someone submits a form, we get the email, we get the form, webhook goes over to create a contact and tagged Instagram. So that's the next step. The second step is when creating a funnel is emails and offers. So new leads are immediately nurtured with 5 email sequence. So once someone is in your CRM, the biggest thing you need to do is make sure you're nurturing them. So especially if they bought something low ticket, it's super important that you're actually making sure that these people are, understanding what you do, understanding how you can help them and stuff like that. So we had an auto enrollment. So we had an email called Fast 5. So we delivered 5 videos over the next 5 days, kind of showing them exactly how they were able to get more progress based on what the program that they bought or they're looking to buy. So we delivered these over the next 5 days, and I'm always a big fan of actually oversending emails in the first 5 days, because if they bought a low ticket thing, they're more than likely in that next 5 days to buy the high ticket thing. So we had 0 manual follow-up email needed. Every lead gets a consistent, professional, nurtured email sequence automatically. So 3 to 5 hours a week. This was saving him. The next thing is we had a value pitch, so making sure that we're pitching them another offer, and then automated tagging. So purchases are automatically tagged RM35 buyer. So basically, this is the program RM35, and then non-buyer seamlessly transition to a long-term nurture sequence. And then smart suppression, so the system automatically skips sales emails if the contact is already a buyer in the Skool community. So ultimately, this flow, if you remember, was to go from we were trying to go from basically a Instagram to a Skool community to a high ticket, which is a really good flow. Basically, if they're able to buy a low ticket and then they go into a Skool community and then they go into like a high ticket, that's like the ideal flow for something like this, because it really helps make sure that they're engaged. And also, if someone's willing to buy a low ticket offer with you, they're going to buy a high ticket offer with you. So the way that would look like is basically, once they get the webhook, gets to Go High level, creates a contact, then it's going to go to the Go High level CRM, and then when they're auto enrolled, they're going to get the 5 email sequence right off the bat. And then if they purchase the low ticket offer, they're going to go in. If they didn't, they're going to go into this long-term nurture sequence, and if they did, they're going to go into a tagged specific buyer, and then they're going to give 5 video bonus series drip workflow and loom. So what happens next? Bonus video drip. So once someone buys something from this program, they're going to get 5 more videos, and these videos are going to help them basically improve who they are and what they're doing. So 5 emails drip. Click on any output tags, content, video engage, and then tracks exactly who consumes the content versus who ignores it, and feeds directly into engagement-based branching for the next stages. So probably saved them about 2 to 3 hours a week just following up, sending out these emails. So remember, it was a drip sequence, trigger link click. So if someone engages or clicks on any of these links to watch these videos, we're getting that immediately, and then we're able to tag them as a loom video watch and video engage. So we know these are the more engaged people. So basically tracking people along the way. So the way this looks is they tagged an RM35 buyer, and then they get the 5 video bonus series. And then once that's done, they get a trigger link click. And then if they have that, then we see them as highly engaged. The next thing that we're going to do is the next thing that we did is we had a Skool promotion. So basically engage buyers who are not in Skool community yet. So for instance, we track, we're pulling anytime someone signs up for the Skool community, we're pulling their email into Go High level, and then we're also tagging them Skool. So if they're not tagged to Skool purchased, then we know, hey, this is someone that we need to send more emails to. So the way that we do that is we have video engage, and then we do a tag applied here, and then the condition is check for the Skool member. If they are, then the workflow ends. If they're not, then they enter a promo sequence. In that promo sequence is basically just trying to get them to purchase the Skool community. So a case study email, coaching call value, and direct invite. And then 2 days between emails, no convert, tags, school prospect for continued nurture. And this is probably saving about 3 to 4 hours a week. So the way that works like in this workflow is if they're highly engaged, are they highly engaged? If yes, their engagement branch and engaged branch workflow, 3 school promotional emails. Now, if they re-enter if engaged, they're also going to go to this, and then they're going to get 3 emails: case study email, coaching call value, and direct invite. They're going to maintain in the third RM35 list if they are not highly engaged. If they do join the Skool community, we're going to get a Zap from Skool to go high level. We actually had to use Zap, unfortunately, in this case because Go High Level doesn't have a direct integration with Skool, but just Zapier does. And then in this case, we're going to continue to nurture emails, and we're going to tag it Skool prospect. So if they didn't do it, we're going to continue to send them. And then if they consume the long form content, we're also going to send them an email with more long form content, basically seeing who are the people that are most engaged with this. So once we know who's most engaged, we're kind of, if you can identify this, we're filtering these people out for people that are interested, purchase a low ticket. Then the next level is purchase a Skool, and then the next level is purchase the high ticket. So just a few more stages here. We covered that one. So we can tell if there's a high intent lead because we're sending an email to some of these people, and that email had a specific high intent video that we identified was people that watched it were high intent. Excuse me. And then so once we did that, we were able to we did a go high level trigger link, and then we were able to fire a chain of automated actions to identify process and lead. And then we provided full pipeline visibility across 8 stages. So we also did pipeline value. So if someone clicked on this link, we tagged them, and then we added them to the pipeline. And then we had outbound sales emails and SMS are automatically sent, linking the prospect to coaching application format. So we tagged them as high intent, create an opportunity, and then we had internal notification to Mitchell and all the team to reach out to this person. So the way that this looks is, let me just pull this down here. If someone shows high intent, we'll tag them high intent lead, create an opportunity in the pipeline, notify Mitchell, and then invite on one-on-one consultation call via email. If they click the link, one-on-one consultation call with a 16-question qualifying questions. And basically, if they scored specific questions weren't active, then what we did is we made sure that they're not qualified. But if they are qualified for it, it was just like 3 questions. So basically, are they really highly motivated to do this? Do they have the monetary means, and do they want this change to be done in their life? Those are like the 3 questions that we're asking here. So next thing that we did is we asked them for a one-on-one call, qualified tagged pipeline updates, and redirect to Go High Level calendar. And then we disqualified them and we tagged them disqualified. Basically, if they go through the funnel and they answer the questions like they're not interested or they don't have the money, we track them disqualified. And then we track consultation book, workflow updates, pipeline stage upon booking. So basically, as soon as they book the consultation, they're going to go into the pipeline, book consultation. And then the calendar availability is, whatever we set it. So it's Monday, Tuesday, Thursday afternoon, Saturday mornings, and Mountain Standard Time. Okay, perfect. So here's what we did next. We qualified them. So we tagged disqualified, polite rejection, to basically say like, hey, thanks so much for working with us, but I don't think this would be a good fit. And that was mainly due to like money. And like I said, it was money, if they have the desire to change, and then why they want this change to be so effective, or like from a scale of 1 to 10, how important is this? And if someone's under a 7, typically it's a no. So they book a consultation call, they'll book a call with Mitchell, and then we'll figure it out on that call if they enroll. So what we have is that we have a link that they're able to be sent on the call, and then from that link they're able to, if they purchase it, let's see where we go. I think we're in step 6 here. Yeah. So if they purchase the high ticket, we'll tag them high ticket payment received workflow, and then we'll tag them a client, and then we'll enroll them in the one section. So then we'll know, hey, these people are actually one, and they're closed. And then the onboarding email includes consultation, recap, next steps, homework, and weekly schedule. And then it integrates perfectly with Usmation AI. So basically, he wanted to use like his own calendar, which is fine. We were able to integrate with that, but we also were able to integrate with the Go level one. It just depends which one he wants to use. And then the way that looks right here is basically you have a post payment. So as soon as they pay, if they don't pay, they're going to remain in the Skool community. If they do pay, they're going to send the Stripe payment. And then the post payment automation, we're going to tag clients, tag them clients, put them in the pipeline to enroll one, and then they're going to get an onboarding email. And then they're going to get on the one-on-one coaching and onboarding complete. So here's exactly how that all went. Why can't I? There you go. So now that the automation is complete, just quickly going over exactly how this all works. So we have the 9 tags that are powered into everything. So the Instagram tag, the buyer tag, video engaged tag, high intent lead, Skool member, Skool prospect, qualified, disqualified, and then obviously the clients. So in total, this probably saved them about 20 to 30 hours a week in reality if someone was doing this. So this automation basically pays for itself. You don't have to pay an employee, and it does everything 100% automatically. So everything from lead capture, nurture, engagement, Skool promotion, lead scoring, pipeline, app review, scheduling, and then onboarding email. So the business impact. So with the 9-ticket offer, we prevented each lead from skipping through the cracks, paying for the entire system, automated the following to ensure the maximum conversion rate. So we made sure that people are actually going through the whole thing, trying to convert them. And then total scalability. So even if they have 1,000 leads, it doesn't matter. All this works as it's supposed to. And then compounding effect. So basically you don't have to have someone sitting there, and then you can turn a cold lead captured today might become a 9K client in 6 months entirely on an autopilot. So if you're ready to automate your coaching business, maybe you have a coaching business, maybe you have an agency, we'd be happy to build you out something like this. Maybe you're running ads and you're looking for a scaling of your ads due to your lead management. We'd love to build this out inside your CRM to help you guys automate your lead generation and make sure you're crushing it. Thanks so much.